Alright. Let me put my game volume down a bit. Move this shit. Yeah. Okay, that's way too loud. That's way too soft.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Alright, 80 will do. Alright, let's start it then. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the end is never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-breaking, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
What was it?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Damn.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked,
something's wrong, I can feel it.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, okay, I'm up. Okay, one, up, down, left, right, left, right. Okay, let me check some real quick. And I can't jump.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right. Let's continue and look for our co-workers. Where did they go? Where they at? Damn, this place is filthy. This is disgusting. I'd hate to work here. This is despicable.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so the door on the left would be this one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I want to admire the beautiful lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This is a beautiful location. I love the blue floors. Such a great place to stay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Man, I'm a rebel. What? Okay. Do not jump from the cargo line while in motion. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. A ban. Penalty from jumping off the cargo lift. 5 bands. Man, I'm motion man. I can pay that off right now. Watch.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, let me actually
Stanley
follow
decided to go to the
instructions.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yo, I'm fighting the urge to not follow instructions. Taking control of me. Must not follow instructions. Oh, gosh. That was too painful. That hurt my soul.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for
Feeling
not
a
getting
wave
better.
of
Talk
disbelief,
less. Do
Stanley decided to go up
unbelievably
to his
amazing
boss's
work
office,
all the time.
hoping he
Every
might
day.
find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with coworkers. Let it boil up inside you. Take out a passive aggressive on another coworker. Alright. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Wow. This is a terrible company. Average billionaire CEO company. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Average billionaire CEO company. Broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm invested. Actually, let me go. Oh, what the hell? What voodoo magic is going down there? I'm invested.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Wow.
And then something occurred to Stanley.
I'm not crazy.
He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
I'm not crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked?
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Why did doors close automatically behind him?
This is good questions.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
This can't
And
be.
at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Okay.
He just hadn't found the words for it.
Alright.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
This is not all a dream. I'm not crazy.
Relief
I'm not
Stanley
crazy.
felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
Wow.
he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he
The walls are
imagined
closing in
himself
on me.
soaring through space on a magical star.
Oh my gosh.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley
What the hell?
marveled that
Where
he
did I
had still
go?
not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yes.
Now
You
the
need to
voice
get out
was
of me.
describing itself being
Get out of my
considered by
head.
Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How How could it be?
Oh no.
Was Stanley
I'm actually
simply
stuck in a
deceiving
loop.
himself,
No.
believing that if
No.
he's
I
asleep,
need
he
to
doesn't have
escape.
to take
I
responsibility
need to
for
escape.
himself?
I need to escape.
Stanley is
Wait,
as awake
let me go
right
backwards.
now
I
as
can't.
he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain beyond
Come
a
on.
doubt that this was in fact a dream. Did the
Come
voice
on.
not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
It's not a dream.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
I wish I could just wake up
Let
when
me go
I'm
back
having
to
a
my
bad
job.
dream.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my
I have
job.
a wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I'm still here. No, get me out of here. Please, get me out of here.
Someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell
Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, you did?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Wow,
And in that
how
moment,
rude.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Wow.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Wow, how rude. My life amounted to proving that life is valuable. Wow, my crazy life amounted to, you know what, man? Your life has value. You can do this. You gotta go to work. You gotta go to work.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now let me just be a troublemaker.
When
Let me
Stanley
be a
came to
little
a set of
trickster.
two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
This guy got moves.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, look at
this
him go.
room. What a beautiful, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This man can hit his moves. Like imagine
Stanley was so
walking
bad at following
backward
directions. It's
and looking
incredible
forward
it
at the
wasn't
same
5
time.
years ago.
Alright, let's actually use the cargo lift this time, but properly.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Who would that be?
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I can.
I'm not asking
You're
for
not my
me,
mama.
I'm asking for her.
Who is her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who is she?
She's been waiting.
Who is she? Answer me! Who is she? Where are you, mysterious voice?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
No. No. Do I have to? Alright, fine. I got nothing better to do. Hello? Hello? I'm back. Where am I?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just
My
pulling
wife.
it out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
How did a man called
I want you
Stanley
to
pull a
come in and tell
woman?
me all about your
Oh my gosh, it's AI.
Gotcha.
You
Oh,
bitch.
come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
You
They
bastard.
want to commit their life to you.
Wow.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
You bastard. I don't even have a loving wife.
This
It's
is a
AI.
very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Alright, good morning, employee. Press. Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons,
shoot,
doing
no.
exactly what he's told
Oh,
to do.
shut up. Shut up. I wasn't
Pushing
realizing.
buttons.
Shut up.
Now,
Shut up.
He's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Shut up. I won't
One
listen
might
to you
even
this
feel
time.
sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No, I won't press it. I won't press this button. I'll press the other buttons. I'll press every other button. I won't listen to you. I can crouch. Oh. I won't listen to you. I won't listen. I won't press the buttons you tell me to. You don't make me. You can't make me. I'm a rebellious man. I have no choice.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Wow.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
To spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice.
Get me out of this this apartment, this claustrophobic apartment.
The thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Stop summarizing the plot.
This fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What? Tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
What is happening?
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
No.
Nothing has changed.
No.
The longer he
can't
spends
be.
here, the more invested he gets.
No.
The more he forgets which life is the real one.
No. No.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
No. 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 I won't do it. No, I won't touch it. I won't press the button. No. This can't be it. This can't all be it. No. I'm not going back to work. No. Not a 9 to 5 for 40 years. No. No. It must be a dream, please. This can't be real. This can't be real. I have no choice. I have to press the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
No. Question nothing. No, I can't go back to it. I can't go back to reality. Can't go back.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
That was a bit of an existential nightmare. He told me everything I'm gonna do before I do it. Is my life that generic? Is my life that boring?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let me listen to him.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
At least Stanley can hit these moves. Ooh. Look at him spin. Look at him spin. Right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hey,
Coming
boss
to a staircase, Stanley
tell
walked
get the
upstairs
voices out of
to
my
his
head.
boss's office.
Get the voice. Oh, this place is nice. Executive bathroom. You know, the boss is living nice.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh my gosh. Come on, sensitivity, stop setting me up. Sensitivity, stop. Oh, there we go.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Is my boss Dr. Doom? What is all of
the
this?
newly opened passageway.
What is all this? You got... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What happened? What happened?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape! Yes!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh no, oh no. No, I don't want to die. Please, let me go back. Let me go back. I don't want to die. Well, I had a good life again.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Actually, this is the only time I'm actually going back on track. No. Actually, you know, you gotta stick with the decisions you make in life. You can't be doing iffy-iffies.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
You can't be afraid of death, man. The only person you must be afraid of is Jesus. Am I dead? Oh, no, I'm not dead. Where am I?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh,
Stanley can't see the big picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
No.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned.
How do I stop
and
this?
accepted this violent end.
What Danganronpa did is this? No, no, no.
Farewell, Stanley.
No. Can I not stop this? Ah! Oh, I'm fine.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, never mind.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What is all this?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Damn! Ooh, button noises. Fun buttons. Nice room. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. Wow! The action game would become scented and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Well, not every idea will work. Can I go now? I don't care about the development of this game. I don't care what bro was cooking when he made this. Oh, it's a bomb. Okay, okay, disobey, go to the lounge. Alright. I mean, an article of how the game was supposed to be made. But it's time for me to go out of here. This game is very it's bullying me. It's so existential. It's making me feel like my life is meaningless. Where do I even go from here? The narrator's a bully. This is a nice art color. But how do I leave? How do I escape? I want to go home. Wow, this sounds awful.
What do we do now? I don't... Stanley, where are you right now?
Oh.
Now look close. Where am I? See how it's impossible I'm trying to figure out, but I can't... Stanley, who am I? Can you speak to me? Please talk.
Yes, help me! Help! Help me!
How many times have I said these exact words? Say something, anything. Help me, Stanley. I don't know who, what I...
But of course, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
But, what? Help me, narrator!
His co-workers. Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley pushed the big red button.
The lounge, the nene. This is terrifying. This art lounge sucks. I'm going home. There's no wall. No. No. These walls are fake. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. That's what you gotta do in life. Just keep moving forward. What is this? Oh, it's a projector. Are you gay? No, I'm not. I'm not reading the rest of that. Disobey the narrator. Oh wait. Freedom!
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Nah, not really.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can
How?
stop the program before they both fail.
What do I
Turn
do?
off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
But I didn't
Would
was.
you be walking someone else's path? Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
What?
Whatever you do, choose it.
Um,
Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I'm sorry. That it. What? What? Don't let time choose for you. Nah. Nah. I needed a dog. And I'm back here. Great.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
At least I can do this again. Back to spinning around. I left it on the door. Oop, left it on the door again.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, it's opened over there. Oh, I can get
Look,
off the
Stanley,
top.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult,
I need to
but the
time this
fact is that
perfectly.
the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I need to time this
There's
perfectly.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've... Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Prove it,
Give me a
man.
chance.
Do you have proof? Oh, you only have your word. Your
Now
word is
listen
worthless.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm colorblind.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red
I
door.
am colorblind. I'm not actually.
I still
But
don't
this
think
one.
we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red
Oh,
door.
you mean this
All right,
door?
fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see?
It's
There's
empty.
nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Damn.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? You don't
Specifically.
think I put a lot of time into that?
Yeah.
What you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
Yes.
Skill trees?
Yes.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell
You
you
should
what,
have had a
let me
final
take a
boss
stab in
at
the
the
dark at a
end.
new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Bugger.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
That's pop. It's
Oh,
pop.
now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either.
Yes.
You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today, Stanley. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Alright. The Stanley Parable worldwide leaderboard. Live. I'm number 2 at least. Who are these people? Where's nigga chain AI? This is not real. Oh, rank. Oh my gosh. Right, 9,322. This is you. Wow. How long does it take you to get to the correct goal? Complete again to improve your Stanley Parable career. Oh, the timer's still going. Oh, shoot. Alright, let's go through this door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking
Nah,
through
that
doors?
leaderboard made me
Again,
felt
honest
inadequate.
answers, please.
It's pop.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Don't mind at all.
Let me boot it up.
This is so meta, bro.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Wow.
I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
4 hours?
So you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective.
I ain't doing alright. You probably need to run a code to do this. There's no way someone's gonna send you and trick a button for 4 hours. And the noise is annoying as well. Fuck. Alright, let me just spam the button real quick. The baby. I dropped my damn controller. Please die, baby.
You heartless bastard.
Bastard!
If you do it because you hate babies or purely despite me. Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over.
I'd give up
for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain?
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Your game was ass. I wanna play a new game. Let's play some Fortnite, man.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? But it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
An open world game. Oh, propane tanks. Wow. What a great fire hazard. That's very pop. We're all gonna die. Down, 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 down.
No, it can't be.
Freedom!
It's an open world game.
Yes.
Oh God, quickly, block it off.
No! My world is no longer open.
Just call. You really wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game.
Yes, please, no.
Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Wow. Rocket League? Yes!
See,
finally, I'm at home.
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could
How
get
do I move
lost
so
here.
slow now?
Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Where's the ball?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Sports ball.
I think it's sports ball.
Sports ball.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
I was trying to do a starter. Let me see if I can do a flip reset. Hold on.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls make for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try that. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
Balls.
Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Easy goal.
More
What?
balls.
Balls. Boom. 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 Boom.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
There's no boost. I'm gonna have to get out of this game. There's no boost.
Well,
I can't even do a flip reset.
Because guess what? It's over. That's right.
Ah.
All little fun comes to an end. This
Wow.
is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you.
Well,
Without
see you later,
rules or
man.
Boundaries, video. Hold on. What are you doing?
Bye-bye. Wee.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
I don't need you. Wee. I think I'm falling. I don't know. I can't tell. He's gone. The narrator is gone. Okay, now what do I do? Without the narrator, I don't know which door to not go into. Ugh. This is a wall? No. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't work. Alright, let's go exploring in this big dark cabinet. Now what do I do? Okay, the control panel is not working. The light. I see the light. No! Why? Why does the game hate me?
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice.
I
And
am.
if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
I am.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Pause.
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Jeez. Master of disaster.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This
Right.
is great, he thought to himself.
What?
This is what I've wanted all along. I
What?
got
You're still
what I
here?
wanted. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna obey my obnoxious voice.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
You know me too well, narrator. I love me some music.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Gotta go put on the shirt. Yeah, man, it's my back, my crack. Nice little stretch. I can't escape this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind
Control Facility.
Okay. This is where the brainwashing happens. This is Danganronpa all over again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I do. This time at least.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Fired. Fired. What is this,
Each
Lord
bore the
Business?
number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
My thing is somewhere around here. This is Lord Business. We gotta stop the Craggle. We gotta stop the Craggle.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
This is probably what the government is doing to us in real life, man.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This is too
But here was the
existential, man.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Mind control
Happy
status is
or
offline.
sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his
I wonder,
past began
are the
to
people
sink
here
in,
mind controlled as
Stanley
well?
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I wonder if the people in this room are controlling people, is there another control room controlling the people controlling people, or do the people controlling the people just do it willingly? Do they just all control people? Are they all content with that? They just control people and just accept that they're controlling other people's lives, their dreams, their aspirations? Is that all it amounts to? Are they controlled into controlling others? This is a never-ending system where
When
only
at
3
last he
people
found the
on top.
source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
Yes. Finally, power.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode.
Oh no!
Eliminating the entire complex.
No!
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Oh shoot!
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's
Run!
your story now.
Run!
Shape it to your heart's desires.
Damn
This
you!
is much better
You
than
walk
what
so
I had in
slowly.
mind. What a shame
Go!
we have so little time left
Go!
to enjoy it. Mere
Go!
moments until
Go!
the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about
The
you.
door would open. I need to run. Oh my gosh, this man moves at the speed of smell.
This
Why?
means I
Why?
don't know where to start.
Come on.
What's that? You'd like to know where your
What?
co-workers are?
That's just a
A
button.
moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you
my
exactly
gosh.
what happened to them. I erased them. I turned
No!
off the machine. I set you free. Of
No!
course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I
Oh,
simply
there's a
let you
door.
sit there in your
Come
office
on.
forever, pushing
Come
buttons
on.
endlessly and then dying alone.
Come on. No!
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground,
No.
swallowing everyone.
You bastard.
inside, or I let it burn to a
You
crisp.
betrayed me.
To say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite...
Come on.
almost
There's gotta
hate
be a
to
way
see
out of
it
this.
Go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go
Nah.
around will be even better.
No!
My
You
goodness,
bastard.
only
You're
34
in control.
seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Thank you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Come on. Let me out.
Dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Of course
Or
not.
did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from
Okay,
button
number
to
2. Okay,
button,
number
screen
1.
to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no,
Okay.
these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Okay.
Everything, anything, something here will
Come on.
save me. Why would you
That's
think
number
that,
5.
Stanley?
That's number 5.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea
3.
what your purpose in this place
Okay.
is?
Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. This evil bastard.
You're in for quite a disappointment.
Oh my gosh, he's
But here's
control
the
of
story.
everything. He's in
That
control.
timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving.
4.
It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Come
I'm
on.
only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Come
This
on.
is a challenge.
Get to the
It's a
button.
tragedy. You wanted to control this world.
5.
That's fine. But I'm going
It
to
did
destroy
nothing.
it first, so you can't.
It was all useless.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown.
I tell you, if you press the buttons in the right order, you just win.
Real life. Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to
Come
me.
on.
It's all a part of the joke.
You bastard.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade
on.
in until the moment I say happily ever after.
That bastard. This narrator, he's in control. Everything I do is just to make him, just to appease his saddened life. He's bored. I do this all to he conquered the strings. I do this all to appease him. He's controlling me. No more. No more. I won't listen to him.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
New content. New content. An interesting door. But I won't listen to it. But actually, I'm invested in this new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'm exactly 1 hour into the game. That bastard. He's been controlling me. He's probably been controlling this new content. He raised my co-workers. You can't keep getting away with this.
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Thank you.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on
Damn.
home computers.
I'm old.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yay!
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds
Deal or no deal?
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay, let me see this.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Wait a minute. Get me out of here.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I don't like you, narrator. We are not friends.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I never liked elevators like that. A jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Damn, this guy's the worst jump ever. It's the worst vertical jump ever. This guy's the worst vertical jump ever. I'm like, dude. Pathetic.
Is that it?
Green
Surely
light.
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
I
If this
guess
is
so.
New content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Okay, let's see. Thank you for playing.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
We're not friends. No. No! No! I hate listening to you. This isn't my office. Narrator, you betrayed me.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay. Coffee knife. Did you betray me again?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be?
It was
But it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful
I was a little
was
baby in
before it was
2013,
solid with
boy.
a cheap PlayStation port?
Wow.
Remember back in October of 2013?
What did the
when
PlayStation
game
ever do to
originally
you?
launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
True.
Back then, it all meant something.
That is facts.
Waste. And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
Fantastic.
"Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
What about Metal Gear Solid 2?
All-encompassing the original.
What about
Stanley
Ratchet Gladiator?
Parable
What about Need for Speed
It was
Most Wanted?
literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was
I
all
need to
of them.
play a
And
Persona
now,
game.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk, Marvel. A
I need to play
lifeless
P3.
husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I'm not gonna upload myself to the nostalgia.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Who is they? Who is the they you're referring to?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over
Stop
again.
uploading yourself to the
Wait,
nostalgia.
hang on.
Snap back
I
to
don't
reality.
recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being collected.
Don't open them. They're all
Surely
ass.
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
They're all ass. Don't open them.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights
For
that I
real.
can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Where do I go now?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
Wow.
Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
You are.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly,
You
you can.
are.
Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Yes.
Like I let these people down.
Oh.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Do not hate on. Do not downplay your work of art just because that one guy who has no bitches is saying
What's
the
this
thing
one
is
got to
bad.
say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright then.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts...
Oh, hello.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flurry. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30,
Let's see how long we
minutes.
can go.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12
Damn.
hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
It's
I've
good.
looked at it from every angle. I've checked
Damn
every
it.
one of those walls. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Damn.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with.
Except my
And you
boss.
think that that's just how it's always been.
Nope.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
I'm sorry, man.
Months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
Damn.
All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence.
Narrator man, I'm sorry. You were just rambling about how great your life was. He's gone. He's dead. He died. Oh. Can I break out now? Nope. Again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant
Bro,
to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world.
Calm down, man.
As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing.
Relax, man.
In a world where someone will say,
the game.
There should be a skip.
Get me out of here, please. I'm suffering. Please, let me escape. Please. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
He's
never
gone,
the
he's
end,
lost it.
is never the
He
end,
snapped.
Is never the end, is never the end,
It's
is never
over.
the end, is never
I
the
can't
end,
live.
is
Please,
never the end, is
get
never
me
the
out of
end,
here.
is
Please,
never
please,
the
please,
end.
please, please, please. There. No. Is he died? Has he finally died? Please, his ramblings, they're hurting me. They're scaring me. Please tell me he's dead. Please. Okay, he's gone. Can't hurt me anymore. Can't hurt me anymore. The light! The light! Please, let me out. I haven't seen light in years. Please! Please. Okay, maybe if I skip forward it will be in the future with nice tropical... Yes! Yes! Yes, we're so close. Come on. We just need a couple more years and it's gonna turn into a big old tree. When it's gonna turn into a tree, we're gonna climb and escape. Oh no, it's gone. No! My wild hope of freedom. It's all gone. No. No. All I have is this damn skip button. Nothing's moving. It's all over. The end is never the end. The end is never the... Yes! Freedom! Freedom! What? What happened? No! 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 Why? Why did you do this to me, narrator? How could you do this to me? How could you leave me? How could you betray me? Can't be the end. Didn't all amount just to this. The world can't end. I never got Percy. I I never got motion. I never went to Twitch card. I never did anything. Please. It can't be ended. The end is never the end. Oh, never again. Oh my gosh. This is hurting my head. 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 The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content? Now you're intriguing me.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Please, not a skip button. Please, anything but the skip button. Please, we don't need a skip button. I'll let you yap forever. Yeah. I think the Ultra Deluxe version is the only one you can get on PS4. The PC version, I know you can get the normal version. That man was rambling. Yeah, you told me things I don't want to hear again, things I don't want to remember.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be.
For real.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Ultra Deluxe
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, the sequel. I got like 1 hour into the game.
Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why are so many possibilities? It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
He erased my friends. What PowerPoint is this? The Stanley Parable, thanks for attending our meeting. Oh, it was just a design choice thing.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
The sequel.
Here we are. Go on.
The bucket! He's gonna add a bucket to the sequel. Is that me? Can I see my face? Yo, I look chopped. Never mind. I don't want to see it anymore. Okay.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
The bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
It got restricted. They have a restriction on it.
A sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your
to prevent them from running chat.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
It would
the
be.
bucket is the perfect solution.
The bucket.
Give it a try.
The bucket. That's so fun.
Can you feel it?
No.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
This guy
must
might
already
actually be
sweeping
crazy.
through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, I can finally go home. I have the bucket now. That's all that matters.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already. Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Wow.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I'm not collecting all 6. Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Alright then. 3 new easy trophy. Yes, a trophy! Pull the lever, receive your new trophy, no more steps.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world gloriously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Settings World Championship. Unfortunately, we can't get to the Settings World Championship. What a shame.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out. For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized.
I have no idea. He's just with me. He's just
So
along
with
for
that
the
in
ride
mind,
now.
my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Man, you don't know me.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right
My
now,
name is
the
Jim.
button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
I am Jim.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? Yes. If so, then please step forward.
Jim!
Yes! You see?
How did you know
what
my
a thrill!
name?
What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Nah, I'm good. I have to...
Jim!
Jim!
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Wow.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Oh, no. No. No, Jim, go. No, Jim. I am Jim. Where's the Jim button? It's gone. It's gone. This man is a bastard. This narrator is a bastard.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's
it looks like
opinion,
Ronaldo
it
if
makes
you got a
you
9 to
realize
5.
that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Alright. The Jim button. It's time to leave now. What are the exit is? There it is.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yes. And me and my bucket are gonna go places.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
No,
yes, I know it's not
I hate
exactly
all of
clear
them.
how
They're all
exactly
flop.
these
They're
features
all
will come
trash.
together
They're
as
all
one
goofy
single
water.
coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
It's a bucket. It is a bucket.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
More.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of with respect, with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
This is existential to all hell. My brain is fried. But my brain is fried. I'm finna end stream in like 25 minutes, bruh. The second that 2 hour mark hits, boy, I'm ending stream. This thing is not good. It's very strange into the brain, bruh. Alright.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A bucket?
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
The bucket. Stupid bucket. I hate the stupid bucket. Fuck the bucket. I hate everything.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm just gonna listen to him. He's hurt me too much. The narrator has hurt me too much.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Everything is gonna be alright. Everything will be alright.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another.
I'm saying to myself in there.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and
What?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Where's my happy ending?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
The bucket?
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
No.
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Nah. I think I'm just going to end stream there, bro, because this game is really strained my mind, bro. Like, all the messages, it is funny from time to time, but Jesus.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need.
And it's
If I
funny,
can make
only
it
going to
through
be a
this door,
one-time stream.
I can make it
I'm
through
gonna
the
stream the
wall.
game once, drop the VOD, and that's about it. I'll probably find another game. I'm gonna stream Yakuza in 2 days from now, and then I'll probably play a retro game on my PS2 emulator, bro. Cause this ain't it, bro. The game was fun though, I'm not gonna lie though. The game was fun. But if you liked it, be sure to follow. And if this is on the VOD channel, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one, bro. Jeez, I'm tired. This game's training me, bro. Until then, I'm gone. Fuck.